Well, hey everybody. How we all doing today, guys? I figured I'd go live off of StreamYard, see how everything's doing on here. See who comes in here. Wish I can figure out how to put the link in here, so I would do a panel. If I knew how to put the link in the chat. But I don't know. How's everyone doing though, guys? I hope everybody's having a great day. I know I'm having a pretty good day so far. Enjoying this warm weather. I hope everybody's enjoying this warm weather. We got one in here right now. Hey you, hey Dave, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I can't believe it's May already. Time goes by fast, doesn't it? I'm glad to see you in here, Dave. How you doing? Yeah, I figured I'd do StreamYards because I wanted to just see how everything's going on this site, see if anything changed or anything. All seems pretty good, so I'm happy to see you in here. How's your day been? My day's been pretty good. It's really warm out today. It feels like a summer day, which I really like because I like starting off with May with warm weather. You know, it's a good way to start it off with warm weather. And at the end of June, we're opening our pool, so I'm looking forward to that. That'll definitely be good. I'll spend a lot of time in the pool. That's where I like to spend a lot of time in the summer, in the pool. So I'll definitely be spending a lot of time out there. Maybe even do an outdoor stream. But we'll see how things go with that. We'll see how things go. I might do an outdoor stream this summer. All I did was study and eat a hamburger. There you go, Dave. That's nice and easy. Yeah, that's a good thing. I just find watching YouTube and hanging out. That's what I've been doing. StreamYards is confusing though because when you got somebody as a mod in here, it doesn't show the wrench next to your name, so it's kind of confusing. But you still have your wrench. If it doesn't show your wrench next to your name, that's just StreamYard. They don't show the wrench next to the names for some reason, but you do still have your wrench. I just want to let you know because StreamYard does that. It's confusing for me. And they should put the wrench next to your name like they do on YouTube to indicate that you're a moderator, It's confusing. Just want to let you know it probably shows the wrench next to your name since you're on regular YouTube, but on here it just shows the name. It's been so long since I used StreamYards, I don't know if they changed that or not on the phones. But yeah, that's good, Dave. That's a nice and easy thing to do. Yeah, we cook hamburgers out on the grill in the summer, which is really nice. We have a gas grill and it works pretty good, so we'll probably be doing that this summer. We already started, so we already did that a couple times since it's been so warm out. We figured we'd get it all ready, so it's all ready for this summer. I like the chat better, but than on panels. Yeah, I can't figure out how to put the link in for the panels, but I figured I've always done, ever since I've been live, I've always just done the chat thing, so that's what I'm used to. But it would be cool to do panels. But I wouldn't let anybody up here unless I know them. I wouldn't just let any random person up, because that's when you have problems. When you just let anybody up. So I would just make sure I know the person before I let them up on panel. because that's the proper thing to do, I think, Just make sure you know them. There's a lot of people just let people that they don't know up or don't know too good, but it's safer just to let people that you know up there, which is what I would do if I could figure it out, but oh, sorry about that. I accidentally clicked on StreamYard's thing, and that's another cool thing. I like being able to pull people's messages up on screen. It's a cool feature. And I don't do it unless there's really an interesting comment, usually. But I like that feature. I'm trying to see if I can mess with this link and see if it can put it in the chat. Yeah, it's interesting how that works. Yeah, I like the chat better too, Dave. It's better, because you could see everybody coming in. Ken is on tonight. He is, Dave. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for him. I'll have to keep an eye out for him. I gotta plug my computer in here, copy and paste it. I'll have to try that. Let me plug my computer in. I don't know if I'll do one right now if I can figure it out, but we can. I know people with bigger channels, it's better. Yeah, I don't think I'll do one now, but thanks for letting me know, because I know how to put links in people's channels, so I figure that won't be that hard if I ever wanted to do one. My account's set up to do StreamYard, so I might as well someday. I don't know how to actually do it. Yeah, I don't either, Dave. I click copy the clipboard, and I just playing around with it till I figure it out, That's usually how I figure things out, just mess around with it until it works. That usually works for me pretty good. But I don't mind just reading messages out of the chat. That's how I've always done it on my channels over the years. I've just read out of the comments. And that's about all I've done. A lot of people still do that. I don't know how many more years that you'll be able to do that, but I'm hoping you can do that forever. I'm sure there'll be eventually something better than that, but I'm used to this, so I'll continue to, go live and read out of the chat, because that's what I prefer, I might do a panel eventually when I figure it out. And if I do, I'll just let people that I know up here. I'd be happy to let a troll up, but they would have to show their face. But that's about it. It wouldn't be really anybody random like some people do. They would have to show their face, and I would have to know them and all that. But I enjoy doing it on StreamYard. The thing I like about it, like I said, is you can click on the people's messages and you could put it on the screen. I'm not going to do that right now, but I do that sometimes when somebody makes a good point or something of a conversation. I just like doing that. That's what that feature's for. So that's one good thing that I like about StreamYards. I think YouTube should add that, where you can put the messages on the screen. I think that would be pretty cool for them to do that on just regular YouTube, because I know a lot of people like playing around with that, and it's very convenient to do. It's very convenient. All you gotta do is click on the person and it'll go up on the screen. I know you've seen that before. I've done that in my previous streams. What messages? Let me try a green screen. I used to be able to. One time I had a green screen on here of a brick wall behind me. There was a feature that was on here. I can't get it right now. I don't want it to cut off the stream. I'm going to have to mess with that later. But there's a lot of cool stuff with this app. I like it. But yeah, it's getting really warm out. I can't wait until when we get to open the pool. It'll be really nice and warm, I'm sure. I think this summer is going to be a really warm summer. Just if May's starting off this nice, I think it's going to be a pretty nice summer. But we'll have to see, you know. If we get any tropical storms this summer with those strong winds, I'm going to film that and show you guys how bad storms get, you know, from people that are in different countries and stuff that don't get a lot of the storms that we get. I'm going to film, and if we get any hurricanes or anything, I'm definitely going to film that. Find a way, flip my webcam and film that, because I think that would be pretty cool. Show you guys how bad it can get. It's actually pretty cool just when that weather happens. Just the only thing I don't like about it is you lose power. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Nobody likes losing power. So hopefully we get one but don't lose power, because they cut a lot of the trees back from the power lines, but there's still a lot. There's no power lines on my street, but I mean on the main road and stuff. Because they say this summer is going to be a very active hurricane season, so I'm sure we'll get some storms. And I know it was really windy yesterday, like 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And it was still kind of windy today, but not as like it was yesterday. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna. They say we're gonna have an active season, so we'll see. I called the city and asked my trees get trimmed by the wires. Yeah, that's a good idea, Dave. Because eventually, when they get around here anyway, when they get too big and they start touching the power lines, they just come and cut down all the trees by the power lines. They did that to a house on the main road down there, and the people had to take out the stumps. It actually made their yard look nicer because you can see the road in their house and there's more sun. I don't know if they necessarily like it, because when they cut down trees around here by the wires, they don't care if it's in people's yards. They just cut them down because you can't have them too close to the wires. So that's a good idea. I don't know if it's different where you are, but I know down here when they don't even ask the people for permission. They just cut them down. I think they used to ask before everything happened with the virus that's going around. They would go and knock on the door, but they can't do that anymore, at least for right now. So they just cut them down, which I think they shouldn't really ask the people, but they don't, because of everything going on, like I said. But that's a good idea. Hopefully they'll get to it, because it's good to get that done before the storms start happening. Like the big windstorms we get and hurricanes. Though, last summer, like I said, it was 75-mile-an-hour wind gust. I should have filmed it and showed you guys on my channel, but I didn't, because that would have been a really cool video. It was crazy. It was that last summer storm was about was the worst storm we got since Hurricane Sandy. I would say I want more light to get through the trees for my new bushes and flowers. Yeah, that's good. Our flowers did pretty good this year. I don't know what's happening with them now, but they're not up. Since we cut down most of the trees, a lot of sun's getting through, and our flowers did really good this year. So yeah, that's definitely a good thing to do, Dave. Get it trimmed, and so that way you'll have good plants and flowers, or plants and bushes. Because the more sun, it really does help it. It really does. It helped it with our flowers this year, the sun. So yeah, that's definitely a good thing to do, Dave. Not just for because of hurricanes. You want to make sure you have a nice garden and stuff. And definitely the people around here that have fertilized lawns, they like the most sun coming through. Which when we plant our grass down, I'm going to put fertilizer on it. Me and my dad want to fertilize it because it makes it. The only problem with it is it makes the yard grow faster, but I don't mind cutting it as long as it looks nice. I want to make it look as nice as the other neighbors do because their yards are beautiful. I mean, the grass is really green and it just looks like it's great. I'm gonna hopefully have ours looking like that when we get everything cleared. It's gonna be great. I'll have to show you guys maybe pictures because I'm not gonna stream out there because the neighbors' houses are pretty close next to each other, and I don't want to film them without their permission because I know they don't do YouTube or anything like that, or I don't think they do. So yeah, we're definitely getting it so the sun comes through for the flowers, and plus when we get the grass planted out there, when everything's gone, we want the sun to be able to shine on the grass and make it look nice and soak the fertilizer in there maybe. The rain pretty much does that, but the sun helps. Well, that's a good call, Dave. So I know it'll probably help the power situation if we get bad storms. I'm not going to say you won't lose power because there's always going to be some trees near the lines. I mean, you can't get rid of them all. It would be too much. Because I know around here there's only a certain amount they can take. There's only a certain amount of trees they can cut in certain places legally, but they get as much as they can by the power lines, definitely. But I know I've heard there's only a certain amount around here that they can get legally because they have some kind of law where you can't get rid of too many trees, especially when it's near wetlands or nature preserves or anything like that. So that's how it is around here. They get as much as they can get. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna show you guys when we get our yard planted what it looks like, and I'm sure you guys will like it because around here the yards really look nice when you get them a certain way. People just know how to do it. But yeah, I can tell this year is gonna go by fast because it's already May. I can't believe it. I really can't. I'm glad it is though because it's closer to opening the pool season for me because we open it in June, like I said. So This yard is tiny. It is, Dave. Yeah. Um, yeah, my grandmother's yard is pretty small too, but it's pretty nice. They have a big tree in front. It makes it look very nice. Yeah, it's all right to have a tiny yard. There's still a lot of room to take care of it. We're gonna have a giant yard, because our property is giant. So when we get rid of everything, it'll be giant. But I think it's better to have a smaller yard, actually, because it's less to take care of. Um, it depends how you look at it. If you like have kids or anything, people that have kids, I know it's good to have a big yard like we got. I would just sit in the yard and hang out in it and just mow the grass and take care of it and maybe plant some flowers. That's about all I'd use it for, but it's still good to have. Last one was 5 acres. Wow. I don't know how many acres this one is. I just know it's big. It goes. There's two front yards. There's one over here, one giant one here, and one giant one here. So, and they're on both sides of the driveway because we have a long driveway. So we got two big yards that go down just like the driveway, so it matches. That's how they built the house, which is good because it's good to have it even. So that way, it's the same distance up and down on either side. And then you got the driveway going down the middle of it. And if the driveway wasn't there, it would be even bigger, but there was no other place to put it. Well, that's a pretty big yard, Dave. 5 acres. That's not. I wouldn't say. I don't know. I don't know if I would say that's too big, but it's a decent size. I would, if I was looking for a place, I would take one like that. Maybe a smaller one. But yeah, my aunt has a small yard too. It's, she doesn't really use it for anything, but she does have a swing in her front, so she goes and sits on that because she can't, you know, sit on the ground or on a small chair in the yard anymore because she won't be able to get up. So she has a swing in her yard. She sits out there sometimes. Glad it's getting warmer for her and for me because we both like sitting outside. We used to sit out there all the time when it was warm out. So I'll have to get over there soon and sit out there. She has a pretty nice neighborhood. There's no trees in her yard blocking the view to the road or to the neighbor's house. So that's the kind of yard I like. It's perfect. Just like this one. I know some people like bushes for privacy, which I understand that, but I personally I like it open so you can see everything going on. Um, but yeah, I know most people like having some privacy, but she had trees by her. She had 4 big maple trees by the power lines. The town came to her door one day and told them they had to cut it down. They told them they can trim them or cut them down for free. And my uncle was alive at the time. He said just cut them down since it was free. They didn't want them to go because they were beautiful trees, but they had to because the town required it because the things were too big and they were going over the lines. So, but actually, she kind of likes it now because it opens up the view. You can see the road perfectly now, and I kind of like it, even though the trees were nice. And it's definitely hard to see them go because they were really nice. I remember them, but I think it's a little bit makes it more open and nicer now. That you could see the road, and she lives on a pretty busy road. Well, not too busy. It's quiet at night, but she lives near a school, so during the school hours, like in the morning, sometimes you'll see a big line of traffic through her window or a lot of cars passing by. So it gives you something to do, watch everything going on. But yeah, we're the only person in our family that really has a giant yard, which is good. It stands out. Actually, my cousin has a big yard too. It's not as big as ours will be, but it's pretty big. It's a big hill like ours, and it's pretty nice. It's not all clear. They got some bushes and trees, but it's pretty open. Um, that's another good house with a big yard. And they would play out there all the time when they were younger. So that was good. They have a tire swing and everything, and I think it's good. It gives you something to do during the day, give you something to take care of, which is why I like it. But yeah, I think a smaller yard at the end of the day, though, would be better, because it's not like I agree with the people who say, it's less to take care of, Me, I don't mind taking care of it, but I mean, if you think about it, it kind of is nice, if you're looking for a house, just to get one with like a small yard and maybe put a few trees up if you want, plant a few trees, That's all you really need. You don't need way too much, because then you got the problems with the power lines if you live near power lines or it blocking the view or whatever the case is. The reason is because it's blocking the view, which it's not really doing now since we cut a lot, but it still is because we got a mountain view behind our garage. So when we get the trees cut, we'll be able to see that. So that's a good motivation to get it done. Well, I have to do some sanding spots. I'll see you later. All right, Dave. Well, I appreciate you coming in. I'm going to get off here too. I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on with me and check in with you guys. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate if there was any lurkers. I appreciate the watch time. You guys are good. Thanks, Dave, for coming in. I hope you have a nice day. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. It means a lot. I really enjoy you guys coming in here. I really do. So I hope everybody has a good day. Stay safe, and as always, peace. Have a nice day, guys. We'll talk with you soon. We'll probably be doing some outside live stream soon. So, keep your eyes out for that. That should be coming soon. And I'll be on Memorial Day too. But I'll be on before then. So, everybody have a nice day. Dave, thanks for coming in. Stay safe, and we'll see you guys soon.